everyone. Before we start our new lesson, let us first have a review. Now, who can still remember what was our last topic? Very good. The topic that we discussed last meeting is all about types of conflict. Now, who can tell me what are the 4 types of conflict? Very good. Now, who can tell me what is man versus man? Correct. What about man versus self? Very good. Now, who can tell me what is man versus nature? Very good. And lastly, who can tell me what is man versus society? Amazing. It seems that you all understand our topic last meeting. Before we dive into our new lesson, let us first have a short activity. I have here the green stick for agree and the red stick for disagree. Now I will show you statements. If you agree with the statement, all you have to do is raise the green stick. And if you disagree, all you have to do is raise the red stick. Okay, now, before we start, after this activity, I will ask one student. Okay, is it clear, class? Very good. Now, first statement. Second statement. Now, for our last statement. Now, I have a question. Now, look at your classmate. You are holding a agree, and she is holding a disagree. Now, I want you to argue with her why your answer is agree. Very good. Thank you for your participation. Now, let's move to our new lesson.
Today, we will discuss a short story, Two Kinds by Amitan. This story explores cultural identity, family expectations, and the relationship between a mother and a daughter. Before we begin, I want you to think about this question. Have your parents ever expect something from you that you did not want? Very good answers. Parents often many things from their children because they want a better future for them. However, these expectations can sometimes create pressure and misunderstanding. This is one of the main ideas we will explore in this story. Amitan, born on February 19, 1952, a renowned American author widely celebrated for her novels exploring Chinese and American women, mother-daughter relationship, and immigration experiences. Amitan's experience with her mother inspired many of her students, feel realistic and emotional. And then why do you think an author's background is important in understanding stories? Correct! Understanding the author's background helps readers understand the emotions and themes presented in the story. In this story, Jane May's mother strongly believed that America is the land of opportunity, where anyone can become successful. Because of this belief, she wants Jane May to become a child prodigy. She pushes Jane May to try different talents such as memorization, acting, and playing the piano. And why do you think Jane May's mother wanted her daughter to become successful? Do you have any idea? Excellent answers. Jane May's mother came from China and experienced many hardships. Her expectations came from love, sacrifice, and hope for a better future. Although her mother had a good intention, Jane May began to feel pressured. She felt that her mother only valued her achievements and not who she truly was. Instead of feeling motivated, Jane May became rebellious and lost confidence in herself. How did Jane May feel about her mother's expectations? That's the good idea. Sometimes, too much pressure can affect a child emotionally. Expectations may inspire some children, but they may also create stress and misunderstanding. Do you think expectations are always bad? Very good boy. Balance and communication are important in every family relationship. Jane May eventually takes piano lessons from Mr. Chong. However, she does not practice seriously because she no longer wants to please her mother. During the piano recital, Jane May performs badly. This causes disappointment and conflict between her and her mother. What was the main conflict between Jin Mei and her mother? Do you have any idea? Exactly. The story presents both external conflict and internal conflict. Talking about external conflict, it is a disagreement between Jin Mei and her mom. And for the internal conflict, it is Jin Mei's struggle with identity and pressure. The story teaches us that misunderstanding often happens when people fail to communicate openly. And one of the important themes in the story is cultural identity refers to the traditions, beliefs, values shared with a group of people. Jinmi's mother follows traditional Chinese belief that discipline and hard work lead to success. Meanwhile, Jinmi grows up in America, where freedom and individuality are highly valued. How did cultural differences affect their relationship? Their cultural differences contributed to their misunderstanding, of course. Can you relate this to the Filipino families? The story remains relatable because many families experience similar situations. At the end of the story, Jamie relates that her mother's expectation came from love and sacrifices. Although they often argued, her mother only wanted the best for her. The story reminds us that both parents and children should learn to communicate and understand each other. What lesson did you learn from the story? Excellent insights. The story teaches us that family expectations are often rooted in love. However, children also need understanding, acceptance, and the freedom to express their own identity. Healthy communication helps families build stronger relationships. Now that we have discussed the story, let us summarize the important lesson we learned. What is the main conflict in the story? Why did Jin Mei and her mother misunderstand each other? Next, how did cultural belief affect the mother's expectations? Next, what important lesson does the story teach about family relationship? Very good. The story Two Kinds teaches us that parents often have high expectations because of their love. However, understanding, acceptance, and communication are important to maintain healthy relationship between parents and children.
Now that we are done with our discussion and short activity, let's generalize what we've learned today. I have here 3 questions. So the first question is, what do you think was the reason why Jamie's mother expected so much from her? Very good. Because her mother just wants her to have a better future. Now let's connect it to your experiences or in real life. Why is it important to appreciate our parents' sacrifices and expectations? Excellent answer. Parents make sacrifices and set expectations because they love and care for their children. So we should appreciate them. Now, what lesson did you learn from this story? Very good. Thank you for that, class. Now let's have an activity. You will be doing a role play. You will be divided into 3 groups and I have 3 situations here. For group 1, a mother pressures her child to get high grades. For group 2, a father wants his son to become a doctor but the son wants to become an artist. For the situation 3, or group 3, parents compare their daughter to her more successful sibling. Make sure that your role play shows the following: the conflict, the feelings of both sides, proper communication, and a peaceful resolution. You have 5 minutes to prepare and 5 minutes for your role play.
To test that you understand our lesson today, let's move on to a quick quiz to wrap up what we've learned today. Kindly get 1 half crosswise and write your name and it now. So this is a 10-item multiple choice quiz. Just read each question carefully and write the letter of your correct answer after the number. Okay, just answer directly. Is this clear, class? Okay, very good. And you may now start. For your assignment, kindly answer the following questions in 3 to 5 sentences and write this in your English notebook.
That ends our discussion for today. Thank you for listening and for your participation. Goodbye and thank you, class. See you around.